Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 20 items I used the first 20 days of bringing baby home from the hospital. So I wanted to film this video sooner rather than later just because it's fresh on my mind. My baby is literally only a month and a half old, so I was just in those first 20 days not too long ago, and I feel like there's 20 items that I really could not have lived without. And obviously there's obvious things like diapers and wipes and stuff that I feel like most people will know to have, but these are just 20 items that I maybe didn't expect that I needed, or just things that I had on my registry that I'm so thankful that I had. And I wanted to make this video because I think it will be really helpful for any expecting moms. And yeah, let's just jump in. I am including literally the 20 things that I needed. So stuff for myself, honestly. You need more stuff for you than you do for the baby the first 20 days. Like the baby, you don't need a ton of things, but for you, you do. So I wanted to include things for mom and baby. So let's just jump in and I will explain kind of as we go. I'm gonna just say, if you're not wanting to hear about nipple cream, nipple shields, and high-waisted underwear, maybe skip this video. But if you're wanting to learn, let's just jump into it. All right, I'm gonna start talking about baby stuff first just because it's a lot more cute and a little less real than the mom stuff. So we'll jump into the baby stuff first. And the first thing I'm gonna talk about is this Snuggle Me Pillow. So I think there's obviously a ton of different brands, but this one is the Snuggle Me, and I just liked how simple it was, and it doesn't look horrible like sitting out on my couch, which I know sounds silly, but it's important to me. So this is the one I picked out, and it's just nice, honestly. Any pillow. I didn't realize how many pillows I would need just to like prop me up when I'm nursing, and when you get home from the hospital you're really sore, and it's just nice to have a lot of pillows and like support for yourself and for the baby. So this was definitely something that I had always by me when I was on the couch and when I was nursing. It just came in handy so much. But if you're not gonna have one of these, definitely just like buy a couple extra pillows or grab all the pillows from your guest room because you're gonna need them. Pillows are like key for those first few days. All right, the next thing are little jammies, and as much as I love to buy her super cute clothes, and I still dressed her up in them even though people told me not to buy all the cutesy clothes, you still want to because you're excited and it's fun. But I definitely underestimated how many of these little jammies that I would go through and want. So we bought a couple of the Kite baby pajamas before she was born, and I only had one in the newborn size, and we literally washed that thing like every other day because it was so soft and it was just our favorite thing to put her in. So now she's in the size up, so I purchased a bunch more because they really are just the best. Everyone says the zipper, and they're not lying. They are so convenient. So this brand, the Kite baby, zips from the top and from the bottom. So in the middle of the night, you don't have to take her arms out, and it's not a whole thing. You can just zip from the bottom, change your diaper, and it's just a lot quicker. And yeah, definitely get some zipper onesies. They come in handy. Another little clothing item, this cute little sock. I cannot even believe how little they are, but a blogger talked about these online, and they're just from Amazon, but they really are the only thing for like the first like 2 weeks when they're so teeny tiny that would stay on her leg, because this part is like super elasticy, so it would stay on her. I feel like any of the really cute socks that I got were all still too big for her until like, you know, she was around closer to a month. So these worked for her like right off the bat the first week or two that she was here, and we've gone through so many of them. They're just really cheap from Amazon. They're all white, so they're super simple, and I have seen people use them as little mittens for their hands if you want to, but they've just been super nice. And socks are hard because they always fall off, and these ones haven't been doing that, so I wanted to mention them. The next thing is this little Gather is the brand. They have a bunch of different sizes of these, but this is a little travel size one that I got for my diaper bag. But for the first few weeks, we honestly were down in our living room more than anything. We hardly were in our bedroom, never in her nursery, and I never used the changing table, hardly, maybe like once or twice. And so I would pull this out, we would just lay it out on the couch and change your diaper on it, and it's just really nice because it's foldable, it's not big, and obviously you can wipe it off. It's like a leather material, so you can just wipe it off if you get any thing on it, and it's, like I said, just like really small, simple, and when you're just like on the couch, it's just nice to be able to like lay her down really quickly, change your diaper. You don't have to get up and go to a changing table, because for me, I wasn't able to walk super easily right away or like get up and out of like the couch or my bed. So having this like right next to me and just being able to change her diaper really quickly was huge. So I would say getting one of these would be super nice, because now I am able to like walk around and stuff, so I don't change her on this as often, but now I put it in my diaper bag and I'll use it when we go out and stuff. So definitely getting one of these would be super nice. All right, the next thing is this Vava nightlight, and I didn't buy this before I had the baby home. I saw it on some people's list, but it was one of those things I wasn't sure if I was gonna use, and I didn't wanna have a bunch of extra stuff, so I just passed on it. But it was 3:30 in the morning one night, and I got on Amazon and ordered this, and I have not looked back since. It has been so nice to have. So what's so nice about it is it's cordless, so you can literally like throw it around your living room, your bedroom, like it doesn't need to be plugged in. You just tap it with your hands and it'll turn on. And what I thought was, I'll just use my cell phone flashlight when I'm waking up in the middle of the night, when I'm needing to like change her diaper or nurse her. I was like, I'm not gonna need this, like I'll just use my flashlight, or I have a lamp at my bedside table. But I quickly learned that those lights, when you're sleeping, it's like 3:30 in the morning, your room is super dark, they're so bright, and I felt like it was waking me up more, it was waking the baby up more. And this can be super dim, but also gives off enough light, like you can get it to be pretty bright if you want. And like I said, it's just like you just tap it with your finger, it turns on. It's like super easy to use, and just trust me, I feel like it's kind of hard to explain because I've watched people talk about it and they didn't sell me on it, but you're gonna want this. I think it was around $20 too, so it's not super expensive. The next thing is a nail file, which surprised me that I needed it as soon as I did. I have already filed her nails probably 5 times, and she is a month and a half old. I thought this was gonna be something I used in like, I don't know, a month from now even. I didn't realize how fast their little nails grow. And I'm sure if you've done any research on this, a lot of people are saying that these are a lot less scary than nail clippers, which I can agree. I wouldn't want to use a nail clippers right now because their nails are so flimsy and small. So just using this little nail file has been super nice. I'll just kind of sit her up and hold her hand, and I can just file all her little nails in like a couple minutes, and it doesn't seem to bother her, and it's just super nice. So this, I don't know how to say the brand, but it comes with 4 different heads. This one is, it says on the back, 0 to 3 months. The blue one is 3 to 6 months, and so forth. It just like goes up with strength, I think, of the file head. And yeah, this thing has been a lifesaver. It's been super nice, and like I said, I didn't realize how soon I would be using this, and honestly, I'm doing it tonight, and it's probably the 6th time I've done it to her, and she's a month old. So all right, the next thing is this portable sound machine. We actually have another sound machine that's next to her bassinet, and she uses that every night, which I will link other products that I love in the description. I just would have been here forever if I talked about literally every one of them. But this one specifically has been super nice and helpful for us because it just clips onto our car seat. So if we're going to appointments or driving in the car, or honestly nap time, like I can put it right next to her DockATot wherever she's sleeping. And it's just been super nice. Like I said, the first week you have the baby, you have to go to a checkup. So I just found that this was super soothing to her in the car and even in the doctor's office. So yeah, this is by Hush is the brand, and it has been super nice. All right, the last thing that is specifically just for the baby is the DockATot. So I bought the DockATot and the Snuggle Me. I wasn't really sure which one I wanted, and I was gifted this one from my mother-in-law, and then I wanted the Snuggle Me, so I had both. And I'll say that the DockATot is by far what we've used the most. What I like about this one is it has like a little base at the bottom, so if you're setting her on the ground or something, she still has like a little cushion below, so you know that her head isn't like pressed up against something hard. You can unzip it super easily to wash it. We've washed this like twice and it still looks brand new. And yeah, we've just used this so much. It's so nice when you're sitting on the couch. If you want to lay her in it, you know she's safe and she's not gonna like go anywhere. And we've just used this since day one. We have really liked it. All right, and that is it for really what we needed for the baby in the first 20 days. It's kind of like survival mode those first 2 weeks, so I feel like those were the items besides the obvious like food, diapers, and wipes. These were the items that we kind of needed to, you know, feel prepared, and just things that we felt like were really helpful for those first 2 weeks where you're just really like trying to survive, if you know what I'm saying. So those were the first things that we needed for baby, and now we'll get into things that you need for postpartum as a mom. I mentioned it in my meet the baby video, but I kind of had a rough delivery. I suffered a 4th degree tear, which is the worst type of tear that you can have when delivering vaginally, and it was not easy. The recovery was pretty brutal, and so I feel like I got a good gist of what you kind of need for postpartum like healing and stuff like that. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I know some of this is going to be a little TMI, but I feel like anyone that is looking for this type of video wants the real and wants to know like what do I actually need. So I'm gonna just show you guys some things that really helped me when I got home from the hospital. All right, the first thing are pads. For some reason, I did not buy these. I don't know if I didn't think I was gonna be bleeding or what, but I had to Amazon these as soon as I got home from the hospital, or I actually think I placed the order before I even left the hospital. You need pads. You're gonna bleed, and you're gonna bleed for quite a long time. I bled, I think, for a solid month, and so make sure you have pads at home. You're definitely gonna need them. And I like to get the bigger ones for at least the first few weeks when you're bleeding a little bit more, and you'll also see why in a second. But these, everyone talks about them. Don't sleep on them. They are like the best thing is ever. They're super cooling and they just feel amazing. I don't know what it is, but I went through so many of these. A lot of the hospitals will give you this stuff, but I did have to order a couple extra just because I went through so many of them. But Amazon has them, Target has them. They're just medicated cooling pads. They have witch hazel, and they really are like the best thing. I would say this is probably like my favorite thing for postpartum. It was like, it gave me the most relief. So definitely get these. All right, the next couple things are from the Mom Frida line, which I know is super popular, but these are, I have 3 of my favorite things that I use from them. These are the ice packs. They're super helpful. They bring such good like relief to you like immediately. So I would do these like twice a day, and I really liked them, and I highly suggest getting some ice packs because you really will want that relief, especially for those first 2 weeks. All right, the next thing is the Peri Bottle. This one is so much better than the one you get at the hospital. I did end up using the one from the hospital. I just kept one of these in my bathroom upstairs, and then I kept the one from the hospital downstairs. It was just nice to have one in every bathroom because I literally didn't go to the bathroom for like a month without one of these things. So just having one of these is super nice, and I really liked the Frida Mom one. Another thing, I just don't have them because I literally went through so many of them, is from the Mom Frida line are their disposable underwear. Honestly, you're gonna want these. They are so amazing. They are super high-waisted, so it's just like really comfortable, and you can just throw them away when you're done with them, get a new one. It's just like super nice. You're not gonna want to wear normal underwear, especially for the first few weeks. So definitely get some of those. Right, sorry if my setup changed a little bit. My camera died and I needed to put a new battery in, but the next thing I wanted to talk about was breastfeeding. So before I went into the hospital, I kind of knew I wanted to try it, but I just wasn't really sure if I was gonna like it or how it was gonna go. I want to preface it by saying it's going great now. I really enjoy it. I'm so glad that I stuck with it. But that first like week or so was so hard. And I didn't really know how hard it was going to be. My supply didn't come in until the 6th day, which I think it's more common for it to come in like right away or within like the first like 3 days. So mine came in a little bit later than I think is normal. So I was just extremely sore because I didn't have any milk, and so I felt like she was trying to get something that wasn't even there, and I was bleeding, and it was honestly so painful. So some things that helped with that, honestly, once like I hit like a week, it was so much better and it's not painful anymore, and it's so nice. But that first week, the things that helped me were this Nipple Butter. It is by Earth Mama. This is the brand that my hospital actually used, and then I also had this at home. I was using this so much. I was putting it on before she nursed, after she nursed. Like my nursing bras are stained from this because there's like, I'm sure, some sort of oil in it. That's how much I was using this. I don't know if I could have honestly continued it without this. So get some nipple cream just to have at home. Maybe you will be lucky and you won't need to use this, but honestly, I'm not sure I would have made it if I didn't have this. And then I was at a breaking point one day, and I texted my friends about like how much pain I was in, and one of my friends was like, I honestly never nursed without a nipple shield. And I like kind of spaced nipple shields because my doctor didn't talk about them, but I immediately had David run to Target and grab these, and I ended up only using them for 2 days because my baby kind of didn't like it, but she was okay with it for like the first 2 days. And you basically just put this over your nipple, and it just kind of gives you a little, I don't know, it's just like a little protector. And for the first like I said, I only used them for like 2 days because she didn't like them, but those 2 days just gave me enough time to kind of heal and helped me so much. So I would say they're not expensive, and I feel like they're just nice to have at home in case you kind of have a similar situation and you're just really sore. I felt like these just gave like enough relief where I felt like I could keep going. So definitely pick up some of these. These are the Medela Nipple Shields. And I think, yeah, we just got them at Target. All right, the next few items are some like clothing items and undergarments. So the first one is nursing bras. So I just got mine off of Amazon. They come in a pack of 5. They just look like little sports bras, and they have a really nice like clasp right at the front, so you're easily able to pull it down and it just snaps closed. They're super nice. Like I said, a lot of mine are stained from my nipple cream, which is a little bit TMI, but it's the truth. But these are super nice, just from Amazon, and I really like those. All right, the next thing is definitely a TMI, but I was never a full panty girl until after I had the baby, and I became a full panty girl really quickly. My friends told me about these super high-waisted black underwear from Amazon again. They are just the best. They are kind of like a little hug. They are so high-waisted. They don't compare. I went to Target and bought high-waisted ones. They're not as good. These ones are so high-waisted. They're black. They just like suck you in. They just feel really good. They're really comfortable. They're really full coverage, so they don't like ride up on you. They're just really nice, and I would highly recommend that you get them. I think they also come in a pack of 5 too, so definitely pick some of those up. And then these are the 2 things that I basically wore for the first 2 weeks, unless I had like family coming over to meet Remy, I was in this or my Robe. So this is just from Target. It's the Stars Above line. It's just a little sleep shirt, so you don't have to worry about bottoms, and it unbuttons from the top to the bottom, so you can easily like unbutton and nurse in this, and it's just extremely comfortable. And honestly, that's really all that matters the first couple weeks, is just being comfortable. So I basically had a couple of these, and that is what I wore basically all day long. I didn't just wear it to bed. I used those all the time. And then the next thing is this robe from Parachute. It is this super pretty linen robe, and it's in the color Stone, which I think is a new color of theirs, but they have a bunch of different colors. I had a big like white fuzzy robe, and I'm so glad that I got this lightweight one, because I wore it basically all day, and I would have gotten really hot if I had that white one on. So this was just really nice. It was lightweight, just kind of felt like I was wearing a blanket. Same with my the sleep shirt. It's just like super easy, obviously, to nurse in, just comfortable, and it is actually really cute on. So that's a perk. But definitely just get a robe. Doesn't have to be that one, but I think a robe, even if you're not a robe person, it would just become super handy for those first few weeks and onward, honestly. So yeah. The next thing is this lip balm. I was gonna make a video of like what I used when I was at the hospital, but honestly, I didn't really use that much, and anything that I really used is in this video. So I just thought I would mention a couple things like this. So I feel like everything is just super dry after you're in the hospital, and so I was constantly using this lip balm by Laneige, I'm not sure, but it's the lip sleeping mask. This one is in vanilla, but it is just the best. I used it at the hospital and then also when I got home. All right, the next thing is this water bottle by Hydro Flask. I honestly am so glad that I got this. I wasn't going to get one, and I'm just really glad that I did. I don't think this thing has left my side since I've had the baby. But yeah, I brought this to the hospital. I feel like after labor, I was so thirsty, and now that I'm nursing, I'm even more. I feel like I could drink over a gallon of water every day, but this has just been super handy. It's really big. I think it's like 40 ounces or 32 ounces. So I wanted to get the bigger one just so I wasn't constantly having to refill my water bottle. But yeah, it's just been super nice to have now that we're home. And yeah, I haven't really gone a day without it since I've gotten it. All right, there were 3 things that I thought of when I was going through this list that I could not have lived without, and that was Advil, Tylenol, and stool softeners. Those are the 3 things that my doctors and nurses were giving me basically like every few hours at the hospital, and I didn't have those at home, or at least a couple of those things I didn't have at home. So we had to stop on our way home. They didn't like give them to me from the hospital. So just be stocked up on those 3 things just to kind of give you a little bit of relief, and you'll definitely want them. So yeah, I don't really need to go into detail on that, but just have those 3 things. They will be super helpful. All right, and those are the 20 things that I needed for the first 20-ish days of being a mom. Some of these things I'm still using every single day, obviously. Some of them, thankfully, I'm not, but I wanted to make this video. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, I will link everything below, and I'll also link some other things that I've been really loving even now. I just didn't want to talk about everything because I would have been here for days, but I'll link it all below, and I hope that this was helpful. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.